Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a powerful and emotional story that's going to hit you right in the feels. It's about a man named Ron who is trying to figure out if he's the asshole for becoming the man his ex-wife needed after their divorce, when he's with someone new. Things get real when his ex Sarah responds and lays out the truth of what really went down during their marriage. And then Ron comes back with a heartfelt apology. It's a roller coaster of emotions, so buckle up. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more daily stories that dig deep into relationships, tough decisions, and some hard truths. Let's get into it.
Sometimes you have to face someone else's challenges in order to love and fully appreciate them. Am I the asshole for becoming the man my ex-wife needed after our divorce, but for someone else? So here's the situation. My ex-wife Sarah and I met in college. We were one of those young love couples that everyone expected to last forever. We got married before graduating, and a year later, we had our first child, Lily. Another year after that, we had our son, Max. At that point, daycare costs were insane, and Sarah decided to pause her education and become a stay-at-home mom. It made sense at the time. I went on to finish my graduate degree, then pursued a doctorate. This meant I worked long hours, but I was also climbing the ladder and eventually became a high-earning individual. From the outside, we seemed to have it all. Nice house, nice car, kids in good schools, the works. But here's where it went wrong. While I was busy working and building our perfect life, I wasn't there for Sarah. At all. I would come home after long days and all I wanted to do was relax. I never took care of the kids or helped with household duties. Sarah handled everything. Cooking, cleaning, school stuff, even fixing things around the house because I was either too tired or thought it wasn't my job. I didn't give her any time to breathe. There were 3 specific things I know I failed at. I never gave her a break. She was a full-time mom, but it wasn't just a job, it was non-stop. I didn't think about the fact that she needed time for herself, for a hobby, or even just to sit in peace without a toddler pulling at her leg. When she asked for a moment to herself, I'd shrug it off. Why do you need a break? You're home all day. I never helped with emotional labor. She carried the mental load of remembering doctor appointments, teacher meetings, birthday parties, and every little thing that kept our kids' lives running. I just assumed she'd handle it because she always had. I didn't even know what school events were happening unless she specifically told me, and even then, I often wouldn't show up. I never supported her growth. Sarah sacrificed her education and her career for our family. She dreamed of going back to school or starting a business once the kids were older, but I never encouraged her. I made her feel like her role was to support me and my career, not the other way around. I didn't see her aspirations as important. Eventually, Sarah reached her breaking point. After years of feeling unsupported and unappreciated, she left me. I was shocked, but honestly, I should have seen it coming. I had left her to handle everything on her own for so long, it's no wonder she felt abandoned. After the divorce, I had my first weekend alone with Lily and Max. That's when the reality hit me. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know how to cook, clean, or pack lunches for the kids. I didn't even know what time they went to bed. I had relied on Sarah for everything, and now I was fumbling through tasks that should have been second nature. I had to learn though, I couldn't just pawn my kids off on someone else. I started to cook, clean, do laundry, and pack school lunches. I took over the emotional labor too, keeping track of homework, school events, and their needs. It was eye-opening. I finally understood how exhausting it must have been for Sarah to do this every single day without help, and I realized this was why she left me. Fast forward a few years, and I'm remarried. My new wife, Emma, gets a different version of me, the version Sarah always wanted. I'm present now. I do the dishes, help with the kids, take care of the house, and make sure we split responsibilities. I'm emotionally supportive and make sure Emma gets her time to herself, something I never thought to give Sarah. Sarah still hates me, and I get it. She's still bitter about the way things ended. She's sacrificed so much for our family, and I wasn't there for her. Now, she has to see me become the husband she always needed, but for someone else. Part of me feels guilty, like I failed her but only realized it too late. My friends and family say I've grown, that I've learned from my mistakes, and that's a good thing. But sometimes I wonder, am I the asshole for becoming the man Sarah needed me to be, but only after we divorced? Should I feel guilty for being a better partner to someone else now? I don't know how to feel about it, and I just wonder, am I the asshole?
Well, I guess I should have expected to see something like this from you eventually. Since you've decided to share our life on Reddit, let me fill in the gaps because you've left out a lot of the truth. When I left you, I wasn't running away from some ungrateful stay-at-home mom life like you might think. I left because I was doing everything and you didn't care. We had 2 kids in the span of 2 years, and instead of being a team, you left me to handle it all. I sacrificed my career, my education, everything so I could take care of Lily and Max while you pursued your graduate and doctoral degrees. And what did I get in return? Nothing. You came home after your long days, ignored the fact that I was drowning, and acted like I should be grateful you were bringing home a paycheck. You say you were floored when I left? Well, I was floored every single day for years when you'd come home, walk right past the chaos, and plant yourself on the couch. Do you remember Lily's dance recital? I had told you about it for weeks, but no. You had some work dinner that you just couldn't skip. That was the norm for you. And when Max had strep, I was up all night with him and you slept like a baby in the other room. In the morning, you just left for work without so much as asking how we were. Do you remember me begging you to help so I could sleep for just a few hours? You shrugged and said you were too tired. So yeah, I left. And you know what? It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. Moving closer to my parents gave me the support I've been craving for years. For the first time, I wasn't doing everything on my own. My mom would come over with a casserole or take the kids for an afternoon so I could just sit and have a moment to myself. My dad picked them up from school when I had to run errands. It wasn't even big stuff, but it was more support than you ever gave me. I was terrified that being a single mom would be harder than being with you, but it wasn't. It was easier because at least I didn't feel alone anymore. And now I see you've finally figured it out. You've become the man I needed you to be, just not for me, for her. I watch you cook, clean, and do all the things I begged you to do when we were married. You're the perfect partner now, and yeah, it breaks my heart. Not because I want you back, but because I needed that version of you when I was struggling, when I was screaming for help. You didn't even try back then, but now you're making an effort for someone else. You say in your post that you regret how things ended, that you're growing. But here's the thing. You left behind a mess. I'm the one who had to pick up the pieces of our family, who had to explain to our kids why mommy and daddy don't live together anymore, and who had to rebuild my life from scratch. You're asking Reddit if you're the asshole for becoming the man I needed you to be after our divorce. Here's the truth. You are. I haven't remarried. Hell, I barely dated. Do you want to know why? Because I don't trust anyone anymore. I don't trust that anyone will actually be there for me the way you promised you would, but never were. So yeah, I'm still bitter. And I think I have every right to be. It's not that I want you back. I just wish you had been this version of yourself when it mattered. Enjoy your perfect new life, Ron. I just hope you don't screw it up this time.
Sarah, I read your reply and I felt like I'd been punched in the gut. You're right. There's no excuse for the way I treated you during our marriage. I was blind, selfish, and completely disconnected from what you were going through. I see that now, and I'm so sorry that it took me so long to realize it. I left you to handle everything while I put all my energy into my career, thinking that making money was enough, that providing financially would somehow make up for not being present. I didn't listen when you told me you were struggling. I brushed off your exhaustion, your pleas for help, because I thought my work was more important than being there for you and the kids. I know now how wrong I was. I thought that by being successful, I was doing my part. But what you needed was a partner, not just a paycheck. I didn't cook, clean, or care for the kids because I thought that was your job, and I took you for granted in the worst way. I'm so sorry for all the times I let you down, for the dance recitals I missed, for the nights I let you handle sick kids alone, for every time I made you feel like you were in this on your own. You had every right to leave me, and you deserve every bit of the life you've rebuilt. When I had to care for the kids on my own that first weekend after the divorce, I realized just how much you'd been doing for so long. I was overwhelmed, and I finally understood what you'd been trying to tell me for years. I should have supported you. I should have been there, and I wasn't. I'm sorry for all the pain I caused you, and I'm sorry that my growth came too late for us. I can see how my changes now feel like salt in the wound. You're right to be angry, and I deserve your bitterness. I became the man you needed only after you were gone, and that's on me. I sent you those gift cards because I wanted to give you something to help you relax, even if it's just for a little while. I know I can't fix the past, but I thought maybe I could do something, anything, to try to make up for a fraction of the stress I put you through. When you sent them back with that no thank you note, it hurt, but I get it. You don't need anything from me, and honestly, after everything, I don't blame you. I want you to know that I regret how much I hurt you. I've thought about it every day since we split. You deserve better and I failed you. I'm not asking for forgiveness because I know I haven't earned it. I just wanted to acknowledge that yes, I was the asshole. I should have been the man you needed from the start. You were right to leave and you're right to still be upset. I wish you peace, Sarah. You deserved it long before now.
Wow, what a journey. From Ron's realization of his mistakes to Sarah's raw, honest response and Ron's apology, this story is a reminder of how important it is to value the people in your life when it matters, not after it's too late. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. And hey, don't forget to like and subscribe for more daily stories.